Oh, hi. Hello, gender people. Jeff here. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for all the comments I got on my I'm Stuck video. It was really cool to read all of you. Thank you for that. I'm who I am. I'm pushing myself a lot. Probably too much, but I don't know. Striving for perfection is a pain. In any case, a tutorial. Here we go. We're going to carve a little bear. I've been carving two bear since yesterday. I wanted to make sure I understand what I'm doing once again, to make sure that my tutorial makes sense and it's not just full of crap. So yeah, this little guy, I carved this little guy some time ago. It's a cute little funky bear. And then this is what we'll do today, you know? Fairly simple, I think. Especially the painting part, you need two colors. So I will not hold you more. And then we'll go straight to the table. See you in a sec. All right. Let's get started with your favorite piece of wood. The measurement will be written right there. They're always the same anyway, if you've been with me for some time. So, pair of glove, if you can, of course. Drop your knife before carving. Take your favorite knife. That's my favorite knife. Pencil, the wood. We'll do some lines. Always starting, so this will be my back because it's always this bandsaw ugly texture. We will eyeball the middle line. The top, that will be the front. Alright, same thing on the side. Even though I usually don't always use them, I still like to do that. Okay. The face, I will probably do at, what, 1 inch, 1.5 inches, 1 1/4 inches. Yeah, looks like this, right here. Okay. Go around, so that's the front. And on the back, we will do it a bit higher. Maybe 1/4 inch, something like this. 1/2 centimeter. Okay, like so. Joining them together on the side. I'll just put an arrow here to remember that's the front. Alright, that's simple as that. In the front, as you can see with this guy right here, the face is a bit of a triangle at the bottom. So just mark a little line. It's really up to you to decide. These things will change anyway. Okay, so in the middle of these lines, I will do this. Alright, that's for the ears, and then they will disappear, but the lines, of course, just as a guideline, you can make a little square on each side. If you want them to be symmetrical, I put my finger against the wood, I make a line, I don't move, rotate, and do the same line. Right? So they should be at the same height on each side. Alright. And then one last thing, if you see with this guy, of course, the face. What I do is just some sort of line like this in the middle. These will also disappear, of course, but that should give you an idea. Maybe I will put them a bit lower. In any case, that wood will disappear. And then for the arms, the tricky part will be here in the middle. You will see later. But in any case, I want the hands to be kind of like on the side of the body and in the front like this. Alright, there will be the fingers right there, and then you can just draw some sort of line to a little guide. Just eyeball everything here, that's fine. This wood will disappear anyway, but just to give you an idea. Alright, and a little line, a couple of millimeters at the bottom. This would be for the feet. And that is it for the lines. We could probably make a little square also here in the back, I assume, for the little tail. Alright. I don't want to give a specific measurement, it's really up to you to figure out the size of things. Good? Okay. Now with the knife. So as usual, I pop the corners because it's easier to hold. So from here, I pop that thing here. Same thing on this side. Alright. Do the same thing in the back. Okay. It's okay, you just have to, there's no specific thing to do here. And then we just remove a little bit right here, a little bit right there. Oh, I'm against the grain, that will absolutely, exactly, so flip on the other side. Okay, good. Same thing here. Alright, now it's way more comfortable for my hand to hold. We will start just shaping the face a little bit. Okay, like so. Thing in the back. Move a bit more. Remember your lines. The ears will probably not be that big, but as usual, it's always easier to remove wood than adding some. Because if you have some magical power, I'm not exactly sure, but you can't really add more wood, so it's always better if it's bigger. Good, let's shape the face a bit. It's almost like when I do the beard with my little Viking, but it will be a little bit different in the end. So we're doing some V-cuts. What I do here, how I carve my things now, instead of pushing against the wood, I sort of push slide on an angle. I saw Charles Bank doing that a lot, and Harley Refsol too. It's I don't know, it grips more in the wood and it makes cleaner cut. I hope you understand what I mean. Instead of pushing like this, I go in a slidey motion like this. I don't know, it works better. Physics, I guess. Good, so we've done all the corners. So we will join these guys together. For now it's just to create the shape. Of course this will change a little bit. Right. Good. Okay. We have the general shape of the face. Let's do the back. Putting the back a bit higher creates the shoulder effect, you know, as you can see here. Good. Now I will just remove all that wood in the back. Okay. Good. Okay. Let's do the thing in the front. Like so. Doesn't need to look good for now. It's just roughing out. Good. So we have the lines here for the hands, right? So we'll do a big cut in an angle like this. Okay, same thing on the other side. So we'll go deeper under the face, and that will give more depth to it. Good. Okay. We'll remove a little bit of wood in the back also. Maybe if the arms is going like this, in the middle on both sides, just do roughing out the shape of the bear. Okay, then remove more wood under here. build the shape of the back. So you see it's coming back in, back of the head. Okay. Good. Let's attack the arm straight away, I would say. Since we're roughing out the shape of the bear. But first, just to make sure we don't remove all the wood, we'll do a little bit of stop cut for the feet, and that will help us not break the leg, the feet, sorry, if we go too far. Okay, so we have a little bit of stop cut. Do the same thing here. Okay. We'll remove more, but it's just to create a stop cut. Okay. I want the hand to be more curved in, so we'll flatten that part here a bit more on each side. Alright, okay. I was against the grain here. Then I can remove a bit more with the under. I don't know if you understand what I mean, but I guess you will understand a bit more when I'm done. Okay, so the line on each side, this here and this here. Right, we will do some V-cuts to separate the arms and the hand. If you hold your piece like this, be careful. I'm aware of my knife, so I know that it will stop here, but if you go too far you will stab your finger, so watch out. We don't like cutting ourselves. It's not fun. Good. All the V-cuts. Okay. Now we have the bottom of the arms. Let's use our pencil again. Create a little line here. You see the center line is still here, so on this I'm joining on the center line here. So I'll do the same thing on the other side. Right. But I see that this line is way lower than this one, so I will readjust a bit, I think. Another thing I could do is same thing, put my finger here, place my pencil where the line is, go around. So it should be here. Okay. Anyway. So we'll stab this guy straight through. Up. Like this. And then same thing there. Then we'll remove some wood. Do it slowly, little by little. If you go too deep, you might snap the whole thing. So just be careful of that. It's always better to remove a little bit of wood if you can at certain place. Sometimes it's better to just remove big chunks, but it all depends. Okay, so it will look really bad like this. That's okay for now. So we'll stab the guy on the other side too. That went a bit too far. See, remove little by little. Could have probably went deep super quick, but the problem by removing a little bit of wood is that you see these little lines maybe here inside, because the tip of my knife went through. But we can fix that. Okay, it will be okay for now. We will make that deeper later. So now let's remove wood on top of the hand. Separate them from the body. Okay, now let's talk about the tricky part. So, if you have a gouge or a V-tool, this really is easy in the front, you just stab in. But it's a one knife thing that I do all the time, right? Meaning that you have to manage the blade. So just remove more wood under. Okay. We'll round the hand in the end, but for now it will be okay. So we have to remove the wood in the middle here. Of course my blade is way too big for that. So I do one stab and another. Right, so that's some sort of a stop cut on the side, I guess. The grain is going there and there, so it would be better for me if I remove wood like this. Alright. Okay. Same thing on this side. Okay. So there's the part in the middle here, you see. So I will have to slowly but surely remove that wood, little by little. Like I said, if you have a V-knife or a gouge, you just slide that in a couple of times and it will be done. So if you're lucky enough to have that, please do so. But that is the tricky part here. Removing a little bit of wood, little by little, changing the angle, so on and so forth. So now I will just trim the chest a bit. Okay, still working on the front. It's getting there. All right. That corner there. I'm going in like this, you know, trying to play with the length of my blade. Now I can remove more wood under here. Like I said, it's a bit of a back and forth between the hands, then under the hands, and for the leg, then in the middle again, a little bit more in the chest area, and so on. Okay, that's not too bad. Looks pretty bad in the middle, but I'll be able to fix that a bit later. Now I want to remove more wood of the chest. The more we remove, the more the face will pop. Okay. Bigger the arms and hand will be in the front. Now this one is way bigger than this one, so I will try to remove a bit of wood, flatten that thing a bit. Okay, I think that'll do for now. Alright, I will just cut here, so this will bring the shoulder back with the body, like so. Okay, we can probably remove a little bit more wood if we want. Deeper cuts. Deeper cuts mean more shadow, mean better carving. Okay. Good. Okay. So that's what it should look like for now. Alright, let's work on that little tail, I would say. So we'll do 4 stop cut. It will be round in the end, of course, but it's better to start with a square. Okay, so that was 4 stop cut. And then we can literally go in and do some V cuts like this. Alright, like so. And we'll do the same thing on the bottom. Move this little guy. Sorry, little guy. Okay. Go deep. Good. So doing that both up and down created sort of stop cuts for us. So we can pop that thing on each side without being scared of going too far. Okay, so that should look like this. It looks really bad, but that's okay for now. We will remove that wood on the back of the legs a little bit. Okay. Good. So now we see the little tail is popping out a bit. We can go a bit deeper later. Make it pop a little bit more. So I will work on the back of the elbow right here. Okay. So we should have the arms basically going somehow like this in the back. Right? Then we can go in an angle like this. So that's one. And that's two. For now, that's good enough. Okay, these big corners, we don't need them. I don't like corners. Okay, so that's where we are right now. Starting to take shape. Good. I would probably go and yeah. So the center line was here. You can still see the one on the bottom. So we'll just basically pop the feet. They're a bit more like, I would say, human feet than bear paws. But that's how it is. Okay. Remove more corners like that for now. I just want to cut this to make sure that we don't forget about it. Little step cut in the middle. This will kind of separate the legs a little bit. My little flat plain bear are pretty chubby. Okay. So I don't want the sides to be as flat as the body. I want them to come inside a bit. So I will just remove all that wood in an angle. Just a couple of cuts. Like this. It's coming inside. You see the difference on this side and this side. Same thing on this one. Okay. Then a bit more so they're somehow symmetrical. Yeah, like this. That's okay. A couple of little V cuts for the feet here. Good. Okay. Little cuts in there. Give a little bit more angle to the feet. Up the corner. We don't like corners. And something at the bottom. Alright, so we have little feet. It's still a chubby little bear. So I will remove more wood under the arm again on both sides. Because, like I said, deeper cut mean more shadow, mean better carving. Okay. Okay, let's go back on the face now. So, let's do the ears. So we'll do step cut on each side and under. Okay. Same thing on the other side. If the line disappeared, you can, of course, draw it back. Mine was good enough. Okay, so try to make sure your tip of knife doesn't go inside, but it's not always easy. And then we follow that line and remove one side, like this. Should look like that. We'll do the back here, because push is easier. Okay. Alright. Then pull. Good. Then this one. So the more you remove, of course, the bigger the ears will look like. Now you look at the top and the front and the back. Are they looking sort of the same? The answer is yes-ish. Now we need to pop the bottom. Right? Like this. On each side. I'm using the full length of my blade here. Because, alright. Now we'll bring that back in. Can probably do another step cut if you feel like it. And then remove this. And then same thing in the front. Good. Alright. And here. Okay. Good. So we have the ears now. And I like this curve in the face. Alright, we will clean them a little bit. Okay, like this. There. I feel like this one is smaller than this one, so I think I will remove a little bit more wood in the front here. Okay, now the tricky part with the ears is separate them at the top. I really want them to be deeper. So now I will, if your knife, I hope it is sharp enough, you will cut against the grain like this. Should feel pretty smooth. Alright, now they're getting bigger. Bigger. Alright. Same thing on this side. Good. Okay. Now the hard part is basically at the end grain. We will separate them from the head. How I do it is I stab with the tip of my knife at an angle, right, on each side. And then I go little by little. Be careful. Working with the end grain is, I don't know, I genuinely hate it. I'm always afraid everything will pop and I will stab myself. Okay, so that's one. And that's two. Okay. Of course, there's way too they're way too square, so now we can pop all the corners, remove the end grain at the top, slowly because we don't want to break the ear. If you break an ear, I think it would be okay. You could still be able to, you know, maybe the bear got into a fight with another bear, whatever, you know. Just if you break something, you can always end up fixing it or assuming something different with your carvings. Okay, now we'll just remove all of these ugly lines right there. Okay, all right. Okay, now it's to remove all the corners and all the sides and rounding it up. Okay. Okay, this one is bigger than this one when I look at it like this, so I think I will trim it in the back, like so. That's a bit better. Okay, all right, that'll do the trick for now. Good. Now I will just remove the ugly benzo marks on each arms, and then we will do that. When you do that, be careful of the grain, of course. Good. Why did I do that? I don't know. I felt like I wanted to slim the legs a bit. Okay, the hands. So they're not exactly the same. What I mean the same is symmetrical, and I want to probably pop them out a bit more from the body, which is tricky, like I said before. Okay. So for now, I will remove this. I think I will shove that down a bit, because I cannot add more wood, of course, and I want this one to look like this one. So I'll just remove a little bit. It's not great, but I ended up having a smaller hand on one side, so I want to make sure that they kind of look the same. Okay, it should do it for now. So I want a big thumb on each side, and then we'll have some fingers. Okay, so the thumb is the hardest part. We'll do, I hope you will be able to see, but I'll do little stop cut on the lines that I've done. Okay, on the other side, I think I will remove more wood because it's not deep enough. Okay, I'll fix the front after. Okay, so now really gently you will remove wood like this. I don't know if you see right here, I'm removing a little bit of wood just to make sure that the thumb is
popping out, right? And then same here on the side. Just want to remove a little bit of wood.
Alright. You might see now. Okay?
This is really tiny. If you don't feel like it, just don't do that. The hand can be a little ball. Little ball, little thing. Okay. And this one is a bit trickier because I cannot push cut. I have to pull cut. Little by little. Okay. And then here I have my step cut. This one I can push. Okay. Good. So I have a thumb on each side, as you can see. Now we'll just fix that thing back. Or at least try, because that's hard to remove wood from here. I'm going all the way down to the legs, because then it's easier for me to remove wood from here. Okay. Great. So for the fingers, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Don't push, you will break everything. You have to slide in really gently. Hop, hop, hop. And the other side. Then you'll be able to remove. Of course, at an angle. Sorry, I forgot to say that, but be really gentle. It doesn't take much to break basswood. So on here, the wood is weak on this under the hand, right? So I will not start by this because I will be pushing down here. So I will change my side, start under instead. So if I push gently, I will come to the stop cut. I hope what I say is making sense.
Okay.
Like this. Same thing on the other side. So here, the wood is weaker here, of course, because that's the small part. So I will not start here again. I will start here, because there's way more wood here, so I can push a little bit more without being afraid of breaking. Okay. Same thing here. And here. Here I have to start from the top, because that's the weak part and there's more wood on this side. Okay. Here we are. We have all the fingers. Then now I will trim a little bit to shape the hand. And this side is a bit too big at my taste. Okay, then remove a bit more from here. This side is okay. So the pinky should obviously be a bit smaller than the other fingers, so you can remove that. Round it off a bit from the index. It's a humanoid bear. Okay. Come on. There we go. There we go. Right. So this is way too sharp here. We don't like that. Flatten that thing a bit. We'll create the elbow. Good. One on that side. Okay. So now we got elbows. Just gonna pop the little sharp edge corner here. It's pretty rounded. That's what I like. There's no sharp. Well, that's a bit sharp. Okay. So let's finish the back, because of course this looks really bad. So the butt should be kind of like here where the tail is. So what I will do is a couple of V cuts like this on each side. Okay. Look something like that. The same thing on the other side. I'm doing that for well, two reasons, I guess. First, the butt, but also it gives me some ways to stop cut when I remove wood on each side. So now I will do this. So remove all the sides, corner, so we will round the tail. And round in flat plane is not a perfectly spherical. Is that a word? I don't know. But round in flat plane is really up to you. It just needs to look like it's round. You know, like this. That's round in flat plane. Alright, I'm just gonna fix all of that ugly cutting here. Good. Okay. Gonna trim it a bit more on each side. It's way too thick. Okay. So same thing here, we have the line. So we will do a stop cut stab in the middle, and then I'll remove wood on each side like this, and like this. You can go as deep as you want. Deeper is always better. Try to look if it's sort of symmetrical. Yes, it is. Then I will remove a little bit more wood under the tail. Like this. And then pop the edge. We don't like that. Up. 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 Great. Just need to remove this. Good. It's a bit too cornery for me. Too sharp. Okay, the front here looks a bit bad between the legs, so I will trim that down a bit too. Okay. Alright, last but not least, the face. And of course, when I say that, I work on the shoulders. That's what it is. When I see more V-cut potential, I do more V-cuts. Okay. So we had the lines from before, and they disappeared a bit, but okay. Well, it should go all the way to here. Okay. So we'll do one stab cut like this and remove the wood from the top. Okay. We'll going to create a platform for the eyes and the face. Same thing on the other side. Be careful, don't go too fast or too hard. Because it's okay if you break it, I guess. You could probably put all the face back, but probably better if you don't. Okay. So you see, we already see the kind of like the eyes where they would be. Good. Do the same thing on the other side. At the bottom. Okay. And from here. So you see how it kind of looks like now. We'll remove wood like this. Bang. Let's pop that thing back in. Like so. Same thing on this side. There we go. We'll push all the bottom of the face in. Like this. Good. Alright. Now, that's big, so I want to have like this guy here. You see there's a big angle at the bottom of the face, so I want to do that here too. Like so. Alright. Good. Now we can remove even more wood from the chest. Good. Okay. I would just remove the ugly wood texture like this. Push the face back in again. We can remove way more. Okay. Good. That looks okay. So what we want now, put the little nose. So it's basically a little triangle. Like this. Be careful here again. Little V-cuts. Okay, same thing on the other side. Alright, like this. Has a little nose now. I'll just remove a bit more wood in the back now. Trimming it. We're almost done. Almost done. Looks like he's looking in that direction. I kind of like that. So what I want to do now, since I, listen to, that's the thing I say all the time to myself, listen to the wood. So I ended up carving it like this. It was not what I needed or wanted, but I feel like he's looking in that direction. Right, the head is a bit higher on this side and this side. And I like them to be a little bit funky, so there will be a big eye on this side and a smaller one on this side, like, something like this. And then a little cute little mouth, like, hey, something like that. We'll be happy. Happy bear. Good, so place your carving on the, oh sorry, I kicked you again. On the table if you can, and then just follow the line with the point of your knife. Right? Like this. And then a little one. Like this. And with the tip of your knife, you will just remove a little bit of wood following the line. It will be a little bit deeper. I have no idea if you can see that. Here. Okay. And same thing on the little one. Like so. Great. So it has a big eye and a small eye. And when I will paint them, they will look a bit like this guy. Okay. If there's no pencil line, you're good to go. If not, you can try to just shave it off a little bit. Be careful. Okay, and then the mouth. We'll do the same thing. So we do a stop cut following the line. The difference here now is that we will remove the wood under the mouth with the tip of our knife. Be really careful. Follow along. And then shave it off. Okay. Same thing here. Okay. When I do this, you see how I hold my knife is literally like at the tip of my blade. Good. Now it has a little mount. I will shave the face a little bit to bring everything in. So here, you can leave it like that. Can be enough. But I would love to do like this guy and have an inner part. So we'll do another little stop cut. Okay. Make sure, depending on the size of your blade, mine is really thin, but make sure you leave enough wood, because if you push in, it would be really easy to break, and then your lip will be gone. And I think that's what I can do with my blade. There you go. Last but not least, it's not because it's a bear that I don't have my signature cut. And that's why I wanted to have it kind of long and deep here, as you can see with this guy. So we'll do a couple of V-cuts. Like here. Alright, and I could have a little one on this side too. And then here. You decide. Okay. And then there's the last thing we need to do is do some triangle / pyramid cut. So you stab at an angle. You stab at an angle, and then you pop that thing out. Right? These poor little ears need to have a little ear inside. Stab at an angle, stab at an angle, and then you pop that. Or at least you try. There we go. Now there's little ears inside. Good. So, yeah. It looks like this. There's always something more that you can fix, right? But I think that will be enough for me on this one. So here it is. You got a little bear. Hello. That was quick. You see?
with the magic of editing, I was able to paint this little carving in half a second. So that's the little bear we've done today, with a little tail in the back, bit of expression. Yeah. I hope it was not too hard. If you compare that to the two others that I made, I'm trying to hold together. That's the Three Stooge bear. Whatever, I don't know. I kind of like them. They're kind of cute. I should probably do more of them, or do more animals. I don't know. It's different a little bit, which is what I was trying to do, right? So I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was not too hard to do, and we will see each other in the next tutorial video, whatever I do. Bye bye.